Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my social media part 2 video. We're going to expound upon part 1. I have notes, I took notes and everything. All right, so just to recap really quickly, one of the reasons that brands will reach out to social media influencers, which is our title, social media influencer, is because they are able to reach the makeup consumer directly, rather than taking out ads in, say, newspapers or TV commercials. This is both cheaper and more effective for the company because they are reaching the consumer directly. So in my last video, I already touched upon how you make money, kind of how the brand and influencer relationship works. In this video, I kind of want to give you a little bit more, just a little bit more to take away if you are a social media influencer, maybe you have a smaller following and you don't really know that much about the industry. I'm still pretty new myself. Or if you're interested in beginning a career in social media. So one of the things that you really want to watch out for is being tempted by the very first offer. There are going to be a lot of brands that target smaller influencers because maybe they aren't very well known or they have a smaller budget. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you also don't want to be taken advantage of. I personally think that it's extremely important to be judicious when it comes to choosing a brand that you want to work with, because when you work together, you're representing them and they're representing you. So your branding should come first. Oh, I said that. I'm so good. I didn't even need to look at my notes. You're going to receive a lot of emails that are, in my opinion, just scams. You have to be extremely careful, and I think you should look for professionalism in an email. You should, of course, have a professional email. That's really important. Your name, if your brand is your name or your handle at mail.com, at google.com, or whatever the hell they are, you know what I mean? If anyone contacts you and they are asking you for money, that's a scam immediately. I haven't really received that many of them, but it's a good thing to know, just in case. You can get really excited when you receive your first offer, or your first few emails, so please watch out for that. Another really important thing is to take yourself seriously. You should be confident in your ability, in your talent, in your portfolio. You should be able to stand by the rates that you're charging. Now that can be really difficult to choose, honestly. It's one of the most difficult things, I personally think, for any freelance person. But there are a lot of companies that are, I don't want to say trying to take advantage of you, but they assume that a lot of social media influencers, especially a smaller number, don't know business and they don't know advertising. Advertising is extremely expensive. And you, as an influencer, especially, even if you have a small following, but if you have a loyal following, if you have good engagement, you're saving them a tremendous amount of money. Tremendous amount of money. So for example, I'll receive an email from a company saying that they want to collaborate. They will ask me for my rates. They'll give me a breakdown of the project, whatever it might be. I will respond with my rates. Hi, I'm interested in working together. I think we'd be a good fit. These are my rates. They'll get back to me and say, not acknowledge my rates, and say, yeah, we'd love to set up a rev share with you for blah, 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 whatever, I don't know, 10%, who cares? Or they'll offer me like, I don't know, $100. That is beyond insulting. This is a business and you should be professional, and the people who are reaching out to you should be professional. And if they aren't, I wouldn't work with them. You don't want to get mixed up in that. Another thing is, a lot of people, including myself, don't accept collaborations through Instagram direct messages. That is too hard to track. It's too hard to track. It's not professional. If someone contacts you through an Instagram direct message, you should give them your business email. I usually don't even respond unless it's like a big company. If you have a business account on Instagram, they can hit, you know, the contact button or whatever, and it sends you an email. One of the most important things that I want to talk about is the fact that you should never, ever, ever do work for a company and send it to them. Well, you shouldn't do work for a company at all if you do not have a signed contract or some form of invoice. You have documents, you should be saving the emails. That's extremely important. If you make the mistake of being in contact with a company through direct messages, take screenshots. Okay, take screenshots that you have all of that. That's extremely important, because I can tell you right now, I have been ripped off by companies just once, really. And it was minor, it was extremely minor, but actually I will tell you this story because this is important and this did happen to me. It was through direct messages. I've done this before, where I work with lash companies, where I take photos for them and they use them on their websites, whatever. So I think I only ended up doing, it was like a couple $100 or something. The work that I ended up doing, it was really minor, it was not difficult, but I sent them the work, they never paid me, and then they disappeared. disappeared, like changed the Instagram and just disappeared. So I think it was like 2 photos that I did of lashes, and I don't know where they are. I don't know if they still exist, and I'm not going to name any names. They are connected with another lash brand that I will not be doing business with ever again. But you have to watch out for that kind of stuff because it does happen and you can be taken advantage of. So you do have to protect yourself. So these are important things to know and consider every single time you get an email, because I can understand if you're starting out, it can be really, really tempting to just go out and work with everybody. You do need to be careful, and I personally think it's a good idea to pick and choose. You shouldn't just go out and work with a bunch of companies just because they're paying you. So I guess the point of this video really is to just give you some tips and tricks on how to protect yourself, how to go about understanding this business, and how the relationship between you and a company should be as an influencer. Make sure that you understand that you're saving them a crap load of money. You're saving them so much money, and you should know your worth. Do a little bit of research. If you don't know how much to charge, there are plenty of websites out there that have that. I don't want to go into how much I charge because that's my income. It's a little bit weird to talk about, but definitely do your research and develop a system. I've had conversations with a lot of influencers who think that it is beneficial to reach out to companies. I prefer not to do that. I don't know why. I'm not a forward person. So I don't do that very much. I typically wait for a company to reach out to me, but it can be beneficial. And if you want to do so, make sure that you're professional, make sure that you have all of your handles, include photos, your rates, basically everything, because there are so many different collaborations that people do nowadays. It's, photo posts, Instagram stories, Snapchat stories. You have to have something for everything. So that's really what I wanted to focus on in this video. I hope it was helpful. I think some really good things to know. I actually would be interested in continuing this and making this a series if there are questions that you still have, or there are things that you want me to address. I could talk about this forever, honestly. So let's have a discussion. Let me know in the comments down below, or we could do a live stream and kind of just talk about everything. I get questions about this stuff all the time, but I would be totally open to doing a part 3 if there are, specific questions that keep coming up or specific topics that people want me to touch on. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Again, I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you wanted to share me with your friends, I wouldn't be mad about it. Honestly, All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you in the next one, and maybe the next one will be part 3.